Hi guys.
Hey. Hope you guys are doing good.
Hope you are well. This is my first
This
time.
is the first video where Boy Tumelo is in the video.
In how long? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been the whole year actually.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We've missed you a lot.
Thank you. I missed me too.
Yeah. So, by the way, we just needed to explain.
Yeah. We need to explain the content of the channel. So our channel is going to be a little bit busy. I think it's called a channel for a reason because we're going to have different kinds of content, 30 kinds of content actually. So we're going to have content where it's us
as a family,
as a family, talking, doing vlogs or whatever. And then we're going to have content where it's Lindani has an organization or initiative for men.
It's going to be an organization. It's going to be big.
It's called Lovemaking. So he's going to do a whole lot of speaking with men. Like, is it motivation or what is it?
We're just trying to understand the concept of manhood together. So my dream ultimately is to get my master's degree, study on the topic of manhood, because we can see in today's society that there's a huge identity crisis when it comes to men. So we're just trying to figure out that. Yeah.
So that's what's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna carry on with midweek maintenance. So some days, yes, it's back. Some days he will join me, and other days I'll just do it alone. So midweek maintenance will be me sharing scripture, just doing devotionals with you guys once a week. Yeah, that's just basically it. It's not gonna be long. I think it will be about 5 minutes. So with everything that we upload, I think we'll have a hashtag, or it will be clear that this is Men Are Kings, this is a normal vlog or whatever, and then this is midweek maintenance. It's just easier instead of us having like 3 different channels. Just easier to have everything in one channel. So I think with every segment there'll be different kinds of people that follow it, but I mean, if you're a woman, you can still listen to Men Are Kings and learn and
please
hook your husband husband and boyfriend up.
That is so cool. Please.
And midweek maintenance is really for everyone.
It's not for women
so you
only.
don't really have to just check out one set of things.
I got a friend Morena who likes midweek maintenance.
Oh yeah, he does. It's so sweet.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, so that's done.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about. I feel like
you love doing this, right?
Okay,
scratch that. Today we will be talking about our pregnancy journey.
Yes. Oh my word.
How was it, Botumelo? Let me rather ask you. Let's like have like a dialogue. So how was it when you you already set your mind that this is never gonna happen?
Guys, let me quick background story. My husband and I were trying to conceive for a year, and I was highly medicated to improve my fertility and all of that, but it didn't really happen. Another thing is that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So that means I have cysts in my ovaries. So that my gynae was like working hard to make sure that I'm able to conceive, but he knew that it was not that it's not a possibility, but there are like slim chances of it happening. There are a lot of women who have PCOS that still conceive. So we were under heavy medication. I was on a diet. I mean, you know the story. I think I've shared it when we revealed our pregnancy. So you know the story. So in January, you also know this part of the story. In January, we decided, okay, late last year, we had a call from God and we felt that we need to move to Cape Town. And we decided, I remember very well saying to Lentani, okay, you know what? We're taking a risk. I'm leaving my job. We're taking a very big risk, but we have nothing to lose.
So we have everything.
We don't have a child to support. We have nothing. Like, even if we go there and we suffer, we'll be suffering by ourselves because, you know, it's okay. Guys, I tested before we left.
Negative.
Got to Cape Town 6 days later. just when it was the 6th of Feb.
So it was 7 days later. But yeah, we arrived on the 30th.
On the 30th at night.
Yeah, okay, well, 6
Yeah.
days.
6 days later, I tested. No, I didn't test. I went to a doctor because I was feeling like my pelvic area was very painful. It didn't feel like a period pain. It just felt like, I don't know, like it wasn't like painful. It was uncomfortable. Like it didn't make me cry or not be able to carry on with my, my everyday duties, but it was like a little bit uncomfortable. So I went to a doctor, and I know that I have like a huge hormonal imbalance. So I thought it's a hormonal imbalance kind of thing. Got to the doctor. When I got to the doctor, she was like, no, there's no way you're pregnant. And I thought, no, I'm not pregnant. She said, I'm going to take a test, but I'm telling you they're pregnant. Like I forgot what her name is. I fought with her.
Doc.
Yeah, I fought with her. And guys, I kid you not, by the time I went into the bathroom, she said I must do a urine test. I did a urine test. And she said I must go back into the room, but my blood pressure was very low. My blood pressure has never ever been low. Maybe it has, but I wasn't really aware. Like I've never used to check it regularly, but it was low, and I was like, okay, what's happening? She came back with a test. I was pregnant. Yeah.
Talk us through that. Why was it so traumatic for you that it was?
Remember we left thinking we're taking a risk, leaving our jobs. Guys, let me tell you the secret, not a secret, but like something very private, is that on that day I got a notification from our medical aid that our medical aid has successfully been terminated. So the plan was that, okay, because we were using I used to work at a bank. So because we were using the bank's medical aid, we thought, okay, we can terminate this one and then get to Cape Town, and then 2 months later, look for another one once I get a job. So maybe in 2 months' time, I get a job, and then we'll move to another medical aid. Got the notification on that day that my medical aid is terminated, but that wasn't an issue. Okay, I'm coming back there. So the doctor tells me, I was sitting on a stretcher or a bed, whatever it's called, like this. She told me, and I was like, me? Said, yes, you. Me? Is that my test? And I'm like, is that my test?
Did you say whatever?
Is
that my test?
Is that my test? And she said yes. And I was like, okay.
Sure. So was it like a mixture of emotions, or was it just like sad for you?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I just remember I was panicking. Like I was in a panic, like a huge panic mode. I started shaking, like I felt like I couldn't breathe. So she was explaining to me that, okay, there's like blood in your urine, we need to go test and blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't hear a thing. I was just looking at her like this.
But why was the panic there though?
I panicked because
of our circumstance.
Because of our circumstance. Like we took a risk.
We didn't have.
You know how we read from Instagram and all of that. You know those quotes where like, leave your country, leave your city, start a fresh life. And then so we were doing the whole fresh life thing. Did it not become fresh? It was fresh, like fresh. Yeah.
Because you weren't working.
Yeah.
And I practically was working, but I wasn't working.
Yeah.
So we were trying to re-establish our careers. And we were still like fresh in it. So not having a job and having just a basic salary already, that was just probably something that
so my thing was that I'm going to get to Cape Town and I'm going to finish. So I was studying interior design. I have an honors in BCom risk management, but I'm done with like finance. So I wanted to go the creative route because I believe that I'm a creative.
You are.
So I was studying interior. I was studying interior design, and guys, like dreams just got like shattered in front of me because like, how am I gonna work with my, like, being an interior designer requires energy, everything out of you. So yeah, that was the dream. Getting to Cape Town, doing interior design for real. Like, starting small, it's fine if I start small. I want to do this, and I wanted to do YouTube for full time. And what else? I wanted to write. I also write. So I wanted to write like also full time. I wanted to do a lot of things, but I felt like my world just shut in front of me.
Hectic. And then you had to come and announce this to your husband. Take us through that.
Okay, so the doctor tells me that I'm pregnant, and then I'm there panicking, and then she's like, you know what? Go outside, not like out party.
Okay.
She's like, okay, go outside, get some fresh air, call someone, talk to someone. So I go outside. I don't call my mom because I wasn't going to be able to say anything. I don't call my husband because I wasn't going to be able to say anything. I called my friend and I told her that I am pregnant. No, I actually didn't call her. I sent her a voice note and I said, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. Like, my voice was shaking. I didn't know what to say. And I don't remember what she said, but something about it's God's plan and that. And then I went to our pastor's wife, the wife of the pastor's house. The pastor's house.
Okay.
To his wife. And his wife took me to him, and I had to break down the news to you. But I was not excited, guys. No, I don't want to lie. You know, sometimes you think that you really want something from God, and I think when we want things, we also have time frames that God, I want this now would be a right time. But if God gives us with it outside of the time frame that we wanted, then it's like no longer a blessing because it's not according to the way we wanted it to be. So yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't a nice thing, but I learned to get used to it. But honestly, for 6 months of the pregnancy, I was very depressed.
You were, but you didn't ask me how I felt
sorry.
when you broke the news to me.
Okay, how did you?
Why didn't you ask me that?
Sorry, I'm asking you.
Okay, cool. So I when she came to me, when you came to me with Joe, and you wanted to see me for some reason, knowing that you went to the doctor earlier and you were complaining about pains in your pelvic area, and like you were complaining about this for like 3 days. I think you were complaining, and finally you said you're going to go to the doctor. So when she came to me and said, I need to tell you something, I thought this lady is fixing to die. I thought it's over, it's a wrap, she has 1 year to live, I need to just make peace with it, and she's gonna die. Then she broke the news, and she didn't even break the news with any excitement. She didn't even break it with any excitement. No. She didn't even take out. Did you take out a test?
I did.
A test. The test.
I did.
She came to me. She said, Linda, I need to talk to you. So we're in this room where we were led to, and then I don't know if she said I must sit down, but let's go for it. I sat down, and she also sat down in seriousness. And then she took her handbag, opened the handbag, took out the test, showed me the test, and she said, I'm pregnant. And so she didn't give me any positive vibes, but I was like, oh wow, that's so cool, that's amazing, we're gonna have a child. I can't believe, but at the same time I was like, we can't be pregnant. We're pregnant? We couldn't have kids.
Yeah.
So we what? No. So it was really quite exciting, but it was also quite daunting at the same time, because I was like, whoa, okay, we came here and we plan to establish our lives. It's not the right time to be pregnant, but God always has the perfect time. So yeah.
But like during the pregnancy, so for me, I don't want to share my pregnancy journey with people because there was literally nothing to share. I was just depressed and I was anxious, but there was nothing more to it. Like I wasn't I wasn't sick, I wasn't craving anything. So there wasn't really excitement. You know, like with people, they would say, oh, I crave this, oh, this is happening. My feet didn't swell, my bump took forever to show.
She didn't have cravings.
I didn't. Yeah, I started showing in August,
September. Yeah.
I started showing in August, and I was
She
in
looked
October.
fine.
Even in August, I was still like very small. I started becoming very big mid-September.
But what made you depressed then?
I was depressed because, first of all, I was very lonely. I was away from home.
Away from family?
Away from family, friends. Like, I was very
And it's a new
lonely.
environment that you
New
don't
environment.
know.
I was at home alone for a very long time, and then I had to go to work. I was home alone. I mean, I don't mind being home alone, but I think I was just lonely. Like, I wasn't alone. I was lonely. I was in a very, I was in a deep psychological state of loneliness. Like, it was so deep. And yeah, it's the loneliness.
Dealing with past trauma as well, I guess.
Dealing with past trauma, and also finding out that no medical aid is going to take us.
Yeah, we tried hustling medical aid.
So medical aids, which makes sense that you already have a risk. So with risk, insurance companies, they cannot take you if you are a risk. So like I had to be pregnant before I joined the medical aid, instead of joining after.
Yeah,
it's like looking for a funeral couple when someone is already dead. Yeah.
So just submitting to the idea that you're going to be in a public hospital was
also
very
I had to submit to the idea that I'm going to go to a public hospital, because we tried to push the private clinic, but it also wasn't
crazy
working.
expensive.
Yeah, crazy expensive. It wasn't really working. If we were in Joburg, it would have worked, but because we were in Cape Town, it really wasn't working. Yeah, so there were a lot of things that were contributing. Right now, sitting here, I'm thinking, I wish my pregnancy journey was fun, but honestly, it wasn't really fun. I mean, it had its days, but it wasn't really fun. But how was it for you?
I think you summarized it quite well. I had days where it was really exciting and fun, but I also had days where I had to deal with a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff that we were going through. And I think pregnancy really pushes you to deal with issues of the past and issues of your childhood, because you don't want those same stuff you don't want to carry stuff into your child. You don't want to give your child certain stuff.
I mean, you will carry some stuff, but if there's something you can work on, work on it. Yeah.
So pregnancy was really pushing me to work on my confidence, to work on my insecurities, to work on the past trauma and the psychological damage and issues of confidence. And am I good enough to be doing this career? Should I change my career? And also, moving from one place moving from, Gauteng and moving to Cape Town and being in a job where you've never trained for, being in a job where you know your strengths, but you are not in your strengths. And I had to learn how to be a barista. I had to learn to manage a coffee shop. I had to do events. I had to do fundraising, and all those things is not what I used to do. I'm just a person who loves telling the story of Jesus and just developing the youth. So moving from that to something that you so completely you don't know, and and it's still difficult because you still feel.
But I mean the pregnancy itself.
Yeah.
Outside of all those things, the pregnancy itself.
The pregnancy itself was good, but it was also challenging, because as a husband, you always feel like you want to provide for your family, and I felt like with the job that I have, I couldn't financially even provide medical aid. Like, I couldn't even take out a hospital plan because there is no means in the budget for even a mere hospital. People say save. There's no means even to save in the budget then. It was literally a basic. So, as a guy, I do believe in the principle that as a husband, you provide, and not only provide financially, but providing love and support in many other areas. But if you take away the financial provision, it plays a big role in other provisions as well, other areas as well. So I think that affected me a lot.
Yeah, but then how I felt, it generally was okay, but there was a lot of grace that God had on us. Like I went to this doctor. She's a GP, but she was so amazing. I still go to her even now because I can't say we are close, but I don't
She's
know.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like our souls connect. We don't talk much. Like, I can't say we're close, but our souls connect. She was very cool. There was a lot of consultations where she didn't make me pay. She was just there for us. Like, she made sure that I get a doula.
Yep,
Kelly,
that's
she
her.
was so sweet.
Thank you, Kelly.
She also made sure that I get a 3D scan for our baby. Like, she made sure that even though I'm not going to be able to get the luxury of giving birth in a a private hospital, she tried to make it work
special.
Special for me, and it really was. But we will share the bed story. So yeah,
which was hectic, by the way. Hectic.
Yeah, very hectic.
So you gotta listen to the story soon.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna share. As we said, it was difficult. It was very difficult, and I think the point of our channel is to share the truth. You know, like it wasn't rosy for us, and sure it was rosy for other people, but it wasn't rosy for us. But here we are, and there was a lot of grace. You will learn about the grace that we're gonna talk about in our next video, or when we talk about the birth process. Yeah. So thank you for watching this video, and we're gonna bring more content and talk to you guys some more as long as our baby sleeps, because we are fighting with him to sleep.
It was real.
Yeah.
Just to get him to sleep now was real.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, but it's just an amazing blessing. Like, that boy is just out of this world. He was everything that we prayed for, and even more beyond our expectations. But
we'll tell you more about that. Thank you for watching and listening to our story. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. We are kind of cool, guys. Like, we are like sort of cool. So
like,
you can tell people about us.
Have you seen how cool
and
she
people
is?
Can watch us.
Come on now. Come on now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends to also subscribe. Thank you.
Awesome. See you guys.